Hi there, what's happening?
Hi Tom, my name's
you're
Frankie.
from 96.7.
KCAL Rocks.
Uh-oh, am I gonna get in trouble for doing this?
No, why would you get in trouble?
I don't know, this stuff is like, radio station stuff is serious.
We love it. I come out here every year and I interview people and I let them promote their stuff.
That's good, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's really good for you right now because you get to promote your GJ2.
I know, how amazing is this? Well, do you guys know about Grover Jackson?
Of course.
This guy's, where is he? He's a famous guitar maker. This guy in the 80s, like, disrupted the whole guitar world that was dominated by Fender and Gibson at that time. And his guitars, he just did something new and fresh. And kind of changed the world when guys like Eddie Van Halen and Randy Rhoads were changing music, you know what I mean? And so I met Grover about a year and a half ago. I had no idea he lived in Orange County, and he was starting up a new company to build guitars again in his shop in Laguna Hills. And so we decided that he would love to collaborate with me on a model that I would love to play with, no doubt. And that's kind of how we got started. So we started building prototypes, and he started getting his company going. And then here we are. You know, now he's got 4 different models of guitar, one of which is the one I kind of co-designed with him. I mean, he does all the hard work, but I came up with like the aesthetic ideas. You know, the unfinished mahogany in the back. The idea of, in the front, you have this like flashy, beautiful black glossy finish. In the back you have this beautiful, you see the wood that goes into it, and you can feel it, and it breathes. And it's an excellent guitar. Grover's a sweet guy, and I hope we're here so that the world can find out about it, really.
Have you had a signature guitar before?
I never have, and this this production model here, we've had 3 different prototypes trying to get to this point. So we don't have the prototypes here, but the first prototype looks like a very primitive version of this. And so by doing prototypes and road testing the guitar, playing gigs, we correct issues and problems and balance issues. And there's so many little fine points of the guitar that you don't know about until you play an hour-and-a-half gig with a guitar. So
did you just play this at the 7-night stand you did at the Gibson?
I played the 2 of the prototypes. And so from playing those, I go back to Grover. There is a picture of it. You just missed it. And so we go and we tweak the design. And so little things you see the tilt of the neck here against the body, little things like that, the placement of the knobs, the kind of tuners we use.
So you made it feel comfortable for you.
Exactly. I made it feel comfortable so that at the end of the day, when we're playing a gig, the guitar should really disappear. You know what I mean? I shouldn't be thinking about the guitar. I shouldn't be thinking about, there's the second prototype, that white one. That's the first prototype.
We'll get some shots of it.
You shouldn't be thinking about I've got a problem here, it's awkward to reach for the knob, or it's awkward to switch pickups. It should just be seamless.
Natural.
Thinking about the song. And so that's what we try to get to. So anyway, it's been a great collaboration.
So now you're calling the guitar Zora. What is behind that name?
Okay, so naming a guitar is really challenging, and so I left it to Grover and John from GJ2. Their first model is called the Arate, which is this model here. Starts with the letter A. They wanted to have this model start with a Z. And then so they came up with a bunch of names, and we batted it all back and forth. And at the end, I love it. It sounds like Zora. It sounds like, to me,
I thought it sounded like a female superhero.
Well, yeah, it sounds like an exotic, beautiful girl's name. And
so you got a girl in your hand through the whole concert.
I know, right? Well, guitars are kind of curved like girls. They're beautiful and they're sculptural, and so I thought it was very fitting.
Very cool. All right, so you are here in Anaheim, your hometown, at NAMM, promoting your signature guitar, signing autographs for fans. I mean, how fulfilling is that to be home and doing that? It's kind of surreal, and it's a weird thing because my life, I'm not really, in my band, and no doubt, Gwen is the star. And my job is, I'm really a musician behind her in a sense. And so my job is to support her and make her sound good and look good.
And I'm not comfortable being in that star position. I'm happy doing my job and trying to do my job.
It's very selfless of you.
It's just my personality. And so my normal life is like I'm in the studio with No Doubt, or I'm on stage with No Doubt. And so for those moments, I'm kind of a rock star, kind of. But in my normal life, I'm not. And so then I woke up this morning and made my kids breakfast and brought my son to school, and then came here and became like, I get to sign autographs. It's weird. It's a surreal life, but I like it.
You have 8 kids between the 4 of you.
Yeah.
What are those get-togethers like?
Let me tell you, well, I have 3 of them myself, and it's chaos. And then when they all get together, it's chaos. Like my boys and Gwen's boys are kind of the same age, so they're kind of like, they play together the most. But they love each other, and they're just kids, and they know what we do, but I don't think they kind of really get it.
Yeah, you're just dad. They don't
care.
They don't see the star in there.
No. So
they will when they're older. I think they'll appreciate it when they're older.
They'll be like, it'll be weird to them, or I don't know what.
Dad, you're famous. People know who you are.
Yeah, and they don't care. It's so fun, like, because we've been doing a lot of TV shows. So we did like Jimmy Kimmel a couple weeks ago, and I TiVoed it. So I went and played the show, TiVoed it. I go to bed early. Woke up the next morning, and the kids are eating breakfast, and I'm like, okay, they're watching cartoons, and I'm like, I'm gonna put on my show from last night. Do you guys want to see? And I start putting it on with a TiVo or whatever, and they're like, Dad, cartoons. They don't want to even see it. They don't even care.
We see you every day.
I know. So, it's good though. It keeps you grounded.
Well, let me ask you about the album real quick. It's called Push and Shove. It's been out since September. Now, what's the reception been like? A while for you guys to come out with a new album.
It was 10 years between albums, which is crazy. I mean, Gwen did 2 albums in that time, and we all started having kids, so a lot's happened. But I think the reception's been good. We're proud of the album, and it's kind of all now leading up to doing a big tour this summer. So we're planning the tour now, and I think it's going to be like 50 or 60 shows all over North America, and that's when it becomes real, because we're playing those songs and our old songs and getting to see people sing the songs back to us. That's when it connects and it becomes immediate,
What's your favorite song to perform?
You know what?
They're all like my children.
I know, right? Right now, I think the band's favorite song is the title track from Push and Shove, Push and Shove. It's just like a crazy song, and it's got a weird mix of all the styles. It's got this crazy ska beat to it, and it's got a heavy halftime rock chorus, and so it's just a fun song. So
did you title that because that's what people are doing when they're trying to get into your concert?
Well, no. I mean, it was Push and Shove. The idea was that it's just the idea life is always kind of a challenge, and we're always for us as a band making this album, we had to push and shove to get it made. It was hard to find the time.
It took 2 years.
And yeah, it took a little longer even, and it's hard to get together and make it happen. And so it kind of describes that challenge in life.
Well, I have to tell you one last thing. I got in my car the other day, had my iPod connected, No Doubt came on, and my 13-year-old daughter was like, oh my gosh, you have No Doubt? I was so cool.
She thought it was cool?
She thought it was cool, yeah.
Because I realize we're not teenagers anymore, and it's amazing how at the shows there are people our age, and there are teenagers, and there are kids, and it's good if we can appeal to different age groups. I'm happy about that.
Right, so you've hit the next generation now.
I hope so. I don't know. That's good.
Well, thank you so much for spending the time talking to me.
Yeah, I'm honored.